Today we're going to talk about the vegetable garden, see how it's doing. My Granix onions, some are bent over already and they didn't even get very big. All this heat and dry, was that the reason? I don't think they're going to be much this year. But the copra, look at how thick those stalks are on those onions. Those are really nice. The touch-on carrots look to be doing fantastic. And the Kennebec potatoes, just one small roll. These are just some that were left over from last year. And they look like they're doing okay. My strawberry bed they're starting to spread their runners. And there's still a few blooming, but they have not done real well. They need more water. And we just been so hot. But they look a lot better. I am going to have to spread some runners out in the soil here so I can thicken up some of the areas that are bare. Look how big the Swiss chard has gotten. Isn't that gorgeous? That is really pretty. Swiss chard in this one. We got Swiss chard and basil in this one. I've been taking off and putting those in my smoothies, only a few at a time. There is my rosemary doing really well. Here is my orange bell peppers. They've been hit with bugs quite a bit. I didn't dust them. I didn't want to start doing that. So we'll see how they come out of it. I got a row of marigolds and some kohlrabi right there. And then I got a volunteer potato that must have not have dug last year and it came back. Then I got some big beef tomatoes and a volunteer sunflower right there. That baby's healthy. I did plant broccoli, but the bugs, again, we got bug problems. But one thing about broccoli, you can take your leaves off and use them just like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them in the garden or not because they're just taking up room. I might just leave them to see what happens, but I can pull some leaves off of there and cut them up and throw them in my smoothie or in my salads, and that'll work just fine too. Can you see my radishes? These were the cherry bell radishes, and as you can see, they are really attractive when they're blooming. Very pretty. They start out more pink and then they kind of get pale as they're out a little while. Very pretty. These will seed for me, and I will be collecting the seed, which will be really great because this is what I've done before. So if you don't want to pull all your radishes, let a few stay, and then they will bloom for you and they'll also seed for you. I did a video not so long on the ruby red lettuce. Just look how nice that is holding up. And we've had a lot of 90-degree weather. They do get some shade in the afternoon, and that really has helped them. Got some sweet banana peppers back there. Again, we have bug problems on them, but I think they'll come out of it. And we also have some sweet banana and celery back in that area by the compost. I plan on letting some of that ruby red lettuce go to seed too. And this way I can save my seed. It's always the best way to do it if you can, if you have time. Here is my burpless bush cucumbers, doing great. They're starting to trail a little bit, so that looks good. And then I got my patio tomato here. To me, it looks like it's got a virus. Have you ever noticed when your tomato leaves look kind of funny and quirky? I don't believe it's a spray issue. I do believe it's a virus. We'll see if it comes out of it. And I also planted Swiss chard around it. So we'll see what happens. See if it produces any tomatoes. I got some green beans that volunteer and grow back right there. They're going to be growing up that fence right there. They're climbers, so I'm just going to let them go. And then in the back is where I transplanted, or I dug my old asparagus bed and I put them back there. And in between them have the orange king zinnias. These are going to be really attractive when they start blooming. Willow's been digging all day. Look at her down in there. What do I do with her? 6 months old now. She's something. And then Tommy just gave her heck. Didn't you, Tom? It's okay. Tommy stands up to her, and she's kind of scared of him. So I've kind of told you I put straw and hay down in my garden. It does help with weeds, but I still do have occasional weeds coming up. My garden isn't very big, but that's okay. It's just enough for the two of us. And I don't ever want to make more work than we need, because I got this whole other area and back in there to do with the hosta gardens. So I just wanted to share with my vegetable garden. I hope yours is growing well. And let me know what you got growing. How's your season going so far? Have you had any bad weather? We got a good 8/10 of rain last night. Really helped. We really needed it. And with that mulch down, it should keep it moist now for a while. So I'm happy about that. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what you're doing. Go ahead and toss me a comment down. I'd love to hear from you. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.